The waitstaff at Bella Rosa huddle near the entrance of the private dining room, whispering. Their eyes dart toward me, then away. I pretend not to notice as I smooth the fabric of my wrapped dress and check my phone for the 100th time. 6 empty place settings mock me from the white tablecloth. Each setting perfect, untouched. Wine glasses catching the amber glow of the wall sconces. The room feels too big for just one person. Can I get you something while you wait? The waiter's voice carries that particular tone reserved for people dining alone, gentle, almost apologetic. A glass of the house red, please. My voice stays steady. Professional. The same voice I use in quarterly budget meetings when delivering bad news to the board. The texts I sent last week sit in my phone, each one read but unanswered. Remember, birthday dinner at Bella Rosa, 7 p.m. sharp. Private room reserved. Don't forget, dinner tonight. Can't wait to see everyone. Heading to the restaurant now. See you soon. The wine arrives. I take a small sip, letting the warmth spread through my chest. The clock on my phone shows 8:07 p.m. A notification pops up. Rachel, my college roommate who moved to Seattle years ago, has tagged me in a comment. My thumb hovers over it for a moment before I tap. The photo loads, my stomach drops. Travis's backyard. My brother's signature grin as he mans the grill, spatula raised like a trophy. Mom and her favorite lawn chair head thrown back in laughter. The cousins clustered around the patio table. Smoke rising from the barbecue into the evening sky. Posted 20 minutes ago. Caption. Spontaneous family BBQ with our favorite guy Travis, deserves a little fun. The comments scroll past in a blur until I see it. Someone asking, where's Dana? Travis's reply appears below. She had other plans. The wine turns sour in my mouth. I set the glass down with careful precision, my fingers trembling slightly. The bank app on my phone opens with my fingerprint. The list of recurring payments stares back at me. Sunrise Assisted Living, minus $620 monthly. Auto Lease Direct, minus $235 monthly. Mountain View Utilities, minus $189.47 monthly. Each one a thread in the web, holding my family together. Each one carefully budgeted for my senior financial coordinator's salary, while I live in a modest apartment on the unfashionable side of town. Last month's American Express statement shows the Christmas presents I'm still paying off. Spring break trip I funded for Travis's kids. The emergency dental work for mom that insurance wouldn't cover. My phone buzzes. Another comment on the photo. Looking good, Morrison family. A memory surface as sharp, unwanted. Last year's birthday card from mom, her looping handwriting. You always know what matters most. At the time, I thought it was a compliment. The waiter approaches again, uncertainty in his step. Ma'am? Will your party still be new? I reach for my purse, extract 2 20s. No. I place the bills on the table. They won't be coming. I'm so sorry. He means it. Can I wrap up something for you to take home? No, thank you. I stand, shoulders back, spine straight. The room was lovely. I appreciate your service. The walk to my car feels longer than usual. Each click of my heels on pavement marks another moment I won't get back. Another dinner I planned, another celebration stolen by Travis's spontaneity, another reminder that I matter most when writing checks. I drive past the familiar turns toward Travis's house, past mom's assisted living facility, with its manicured lawns that my monthly payments maintain, past the duplex where my former sister-in-law raises my niece with the utilities I keep running. The apartment complex looks different tonight. Smaller. Or maybe I'm seeing it clearly for the first time and not as a temporary stopping place while I support everyone else, but as a testament to everything I've given up. I drove home, disappointed in myself. In the apartment, I removed my jewelry piece by piece. The earrings I bought for special occasions that never seemed to include me. The bracelet that cost less than 1 month of Travis's car payment. The dress I wore to impress family who couldn't be bothered to show up. Each item finds its place in my jewelry box. Each movement precise, controlled. The time for tears will come later, but not now. Not yet. My phone lights up again. 3 missed calls from mom. 5 texts from Travis. 7 notifications from the family group chat. I turn the phone face down on my dresser. They'll notice the silence eventually. They always do, when they need something. But tonight, the silence belongs to me. For once, I won't be the one to break it. With this in mind, I sit in front of my laptop and start cleaning, starting from the bank accounts, documents, shared passwords, etc. I think it's time to stop being a provider. The laptop screen bathes my kitchen in cold light at 2 a.m. Bank accounts and spreadsheets fill multiple browser tabs. My fingers rest on the trackpad, not quite touching the cancel recurring payment button for Mom's assisted living facility. A text from 6 months ago glows on my phone. Dana, you're a lifesaver. Don't know what we'd do without you. Mom sent after I covered her dental surgery. The empty restaurant table from tonight flashes through my mind. Place settings untouched. The first click feels like breaking glass. Mom's rent payment canceled. My chest tightens, but my hand stays steady. Travis's car lease payments come next. His grateful voice echoes from Christmas morning. Best sister ever. The kids can't wait to take road trips in this. The same kids who right now sleep in beds bought with my credit card while their father grilled burgers at a party I wasn't welcome to attend. Click. Gone. The utilities for Sarah's placemate, former sister-in-law, raising my niece vanish with another decisive tap. Last Easter, she hugged me tight. You're the only one who's never let us down. The words curdle in my memory. Excel opens with a soft chime. 6 years of carefully tracked support unfold in neat columns. Every emergency covered without question. Every just this once that became permanent. Christmas lists fulfilled, while I wore last year's coat. Their family vacations funded during weeks I worked overtime to afford them. The total at the bottom of the spreadsheet stops my breath. $75,842.16. Numbers don't lie. They don't forget birthdays either, even though my family does. 2 days later, my phone lights up at 8 a.m. I've been staring at the ceiling for hours, since I couldn't sleep at all listening to the neighbor's wind chimes. Honey, did something glitch with the rent this month? Mom's voicemail carries that familiar note of assumed authority. 3 missed calls follow. Travis's text buzzes in. Car company said the lease is unpaid, what's up? Call me as soon as possible. Sarah's message arrives last. Utilities showing past due. Everything okay? The power company called. The morning sun warms my kitchen table. I pour coffee into my favorite Muga gift to myself last Christmas while I shopped for everyone else. The familiar aroma fills my nose as I set my phone face down on the table. The silence wraps around me like a blanket. My Instagram opens to the photo I took 2 nights ago. The untouched birthday cake sits in elegant solitude. 7 unlit candles casting shadows across white frosting. My fingers type the caption slowly. Wild how the person footing everyone's bills never gets his seat at the table. Comments flood in within minutes. Rachel from accounting. Wait, what? They stood you up on your birthday? My college roommate. Dana, you've been paying their bills this whole time? My neighbor Susan. Girl, we need to talk. Coming over with wine tonight. The group chat notifications stack up. I watch them pile higher without opening a single one. The morning stretches peaceful and uninterrupted until my doorbell rings at 11. Aunt Marla stands in the hallway, her silver hair catching the fluorescent light. I brought coffee cake, she says, holding up a familiar blue tin. Think we need to talk. She settles at my kitchen table, cutting neat squares of cake. Her fingers tremble slightly. I didn't know about the dinner, she says finally. Nobody told me. I sip my coffee, let the silence stretch. Did you enjoy Travis's BBQ? The fork freezes halfway to her mouth. The what? The spontaneous family BBQ. At Travis's house. During my birthday dinner. Color drains from her face. That was your birthday? The same birthday I've had for 35 years. My voice stays level. The one I sent reminders about last week. The dinner everyone confirmed they'd attend. Aunt Marla sets her fork down with a soft clink. Oh, Dana. Her eyes fix on the bank statements spread across my table. Understanding dawns as she reads the numbers. How long have you been carrying them? 6 years. Since Dad died. The words come out matter of fact. Travis needed help with the kids. Mom couldn't cover assisted living. Sarah was struggling with utilities. And they all just... Aunt Marla's voice trails off. Forgot my birthday? No. I fold my hands in my lap. They remembered. They chose the BBQ anyway. My phone buzzes again. Travis's name lights up the screen. Aren't you going to answer? Aunt Marla asks. I turn the phone face down. No. The morning sun streams through my window, warming my shoulders. I've done enough answering for a lifetime. Aunt Marla reaches across the table, her hand covering mine. Unlike Mom's grip, hers asks for nothing. What do you need? The question catches me off guard. In 6 years of family dinners, emergency calls, and midnight Venmo requests, no one has asked me that. I need. My voice cracks for the first time since the restaurant. I need them to see me. Not my wallet, not my ability to solve their problems. Just me. Aunt Marla squeezes my hand. Beyond my window, the neighbors' wind chimes sing their gentle song. For once, I let the melody play without rushing to fix anything at all. After the conversation, she went home, and I was making plans on what to do with the family issues. Since I know it won't end here, in that way the days just pass by quickly. Travis's knuckles rap against my door at 2 p.m. on the following Tuesday. 3 quick taps, then silence. The sound ricocheted through my apartment like a warning shot. I stand at my kitchen counter staring at the door. The coffee in my mug has gone cold. Dana? His voice filters through, casual as Sunday morning. You home? My fingers grip the edge of the granite. 1 breath. 2. The sharp corners ground me in reality. Hey! Travis's voice again. Softer now. Practiced. You mad? The lock clicks under my fingers. Travis stands in my hallway, hands stuffed in the pockets of his gray hoodie. The same one he wore to Mom's birthday last month, the celebration I planned, paid for, and photographed. I step back, a wordless invitation. He slouches past me, his presence immediately filling my carefully ordered space. While I close the door, he makes a beeline for my refrigerator. The familiar whine of the hinges, the clink of bottles, a lifetime of assumed permission. Got any of that strawberry yogurt left? He peers inside, bending at the waist. The Greek kind? Second shelf. My voice comes out steady, professional, like I'm directing a board meeting instead of watching my brother raid my fridge. Travis emerges with the yogurt and settles onto my couch, sprawling across the cushions. His sneakers, new, probably bought with the emergency fund I set up for his kids' school supplies, leave dirt marks on my cream throw pillow. Look, he starts, peeling back the yogurt lid. It wasn't a big deal, just a last-minute BBQ. Jerry brought his new smoker over, and you know how Mom loves his brisket. The words wash over me like static. Through my living room window, a cardinal lands on the fire escape, bright red against industrial black metal. The bird tilts its head, studying its reflection, then flies away. Mom's worried sick about the rent. Travis's voice cuts through my thoughts. He leans forward, elbows on knees. The facility manager called her yesterday. Something about a payment glitch? I walk to my desk and open the bottom drawer. The manila folder comes out easily. I've handled it so many times these past days, the edges have softened. Did you know I've paid Mom's rent for 6 years? The bank statements spread across my coffee table like fallen leaves. Plus utilities, plus medications, plus the special chair she wanted for her room. Travis's spoon freezes halfway to his mouth. You knew it was my birthday. My voice doesn't waver. You knew where I was. That wasn't forgetfulness. That was a choice. He flinches. Actually flinches. The spoon clatters against the yogurt container. I have the texts. My finger scrolls through my phone. Here's you that Tuesday. Thanks, sis. Rent money came through. You're a lifesaver. And here's you in the family group chat, 3 hours before my birthday dinner. Everyone head over around 6. Bringing the grill out. Dana, come on. 6 years of car payments. Another statement joins the pile. 4 years of covering utilities for Jessica, so she could afford to stay home with Emma. Christmas presents for everyone. Spring break trips I funded but never attended. Emergency dental work. New tires. Broken water heaters. The yogurt container sits forgotten on my coffee table. Travis's face has lost its practiced ease, replaced by something raw and uncertain. I've been holding this family up for years. The words taste like metal in my mouth. But apparently, I don't matter unless I'm paying for something. So you're just going to punish Mom too? His voice rises, defensive. She had nothing to do with. Nothing to do with it? I grab my phone again. Here's Mom in the group chat, day of my birthday. Travis's BBQ sounds wonderful. I'll bring my potato salad. She knew I was supposed to be. You all did. The silence stretches between us like a rubber band, ready to snap. Look. Travis stands, runs a hand through his hair. I'll fix this, okay? I'll get a better job. Pay you back. We can have another birthday dinner. No. The word comes out soft but final. You can't fix this with words, only actions matter now. What do you want from me? 3 things. I've rehearsed this list in my head for days. First, no more automatic financial support. If you need help, you ask directly and explain why. Second, you acknowledge what happened on my birthday wasn't okay. Not just the BBQ, the years of taking me for granted. Third, you start showing up for me the way I've shown up for you. My time matters, my feelings matter, my presence matters. Travis paces my small living room, a caged animal seeking escape. And if we don't, then you learn to live without my help. I gather the bank statements, sliding them back into their folder. You all made your lives comfortable using violence. I'm just letting the silence speak for once. He stops at my door, hand on the knob. The brother I grew up with suddenly looks smaller, diminished by truth. Dana? His voice cracks slightly. I really screwed up, didn't I? The cardinal returns to my fire escape, pecking at something invisible. This time, it stays. Yes, I say quietly. You did. The door closes behind him with a soft click. In the sudden quiet, I can hear the hum of my refrigerator, the tick of my wall clock, the rustle of papers beneath my hands. The sounds of a life I built while building everyone else's breezes. End of quote. My phone buzzes, the family group chat lighting up with messages. I turn it face down on the coffee table. Some silences need to be heard. I spent the rest of the week without my family, so I had more time to focus on what's more important, me and my life. But this is not the end of trouble. Tuesday next week, my phone vibrates against the kitchen counter. The screen lights up with Mom's incoming caller, 5th this morning. Next to her missed call notification sits an email from Sunrise Assisted Living, subject line, urgent, 10-day notice. I take a sip of coffee, letting the bitter warmth spread through my chest. The morning sun filters through my kitchen window, catching dust motes in its beam. Oliver, my gray tabby, stretches lazily on the windowsill, unbothered by the growing storm of notifications. Another buzz. Travis this time. The car lease company must have contacted him about the missed payment. His text appears above the others. Dana? What the actual hell? The quiet of my apartment wraps around me like a blanket. No panicked family members bursting through the door. No guilt-laden voice messages playing on speaker. Just the soft purr of Oliver and the gentle hum of my refrigerator. My former sister-in-law Jennifer's message arrives next. Utility company called, said service will be disconnected in 48 hours if payment not received. The kids have a science project due. Please, Dana. I set my mug in the sink, watching the last few coffee grounds swirl down the drain. The family group chat explodes with activity. Words like emergency and crisis flash across my screen. Aunt Marla's voice of reason trying to calm the waters. Cousin Sarah suggesting someone talk some sense into Dana. My laptop sits open on the kitchen table. Email inbox filling with payment overdue notices. Each one a small earthquake in the carefully constructed world my family built on my foundation. Each one a crack in their certainty that Dana will fix everything. A new message from Travis appears in the family chat. Emergency meeting at Mom's place tonight at 7. Everyone needs to be there. Aunt Marla responds immediately. Is Dana invited? Travis's reply comes quick. She's made her position clear. I close the group chat and open my work email instead. The quarterly financial reports need reviewing. Client portfolios wait for my attention. Numbers that make sense. Numbers that don't come with emotional baggage. My mother's voicemail notification pops up. I press play, setting the phone on speaker while I type. Honey, I don't understand what I did wrong. Her voice breaks. Whatever it is, we can fix it. Please call me back, the facility manager says. Well, just call me, please. The cousins start texting one by one. First Sarah. Family means standing together. You're being selfish. Then Mike. Remember when Mom and Dad helped your mom after Dad walked out? That's what family does. Finally, Rebecca. You're breaking your mother's heart. Hope you're proud of yourself. I block each number methodically, like sorting papers into their proper files. Travis's Facebook post appears on my feed. Tough times reveal who really cares about family. Prayers appreciated during his family difficulties. The comments roll in. Mutual friends choosing sides. Some expressing shock at my cruelty. Others asking careful questions about what led to this moment. Aunt Marla's comment stands out. There are always two sides to a family story. Sometimes the quietest person has carried the heaviest load. A private message from Jennifer lands in my inbox. Not a demand this time. Not a guilt trip. Just words that took too long to arrive. I never thanked you properly for all you've done. Not just the money, but the way you've been there for the kids. For me. I understand why you needed to stop. I'm sorry we made you feel invisible. My fingers hover over the keyboard. The easy response would be to slip back into the role of fixer, of provider. The words come slowly. Thank you for understanding. I appreciate your apology. I hope you know this isn't about hurting anyone. It's about finally being honest about what hurts. The family group chat notification blinks again. I open it. One last time. The screen fills with their voices talking over each other, planning ways to reason with me, discussing how to handle the situation. My message lands in their chat like a stone in still water. I didn't cut anyone off. I stopped doing things no one ever thanked me for. Before they can respond, I type again. You skipped my birthday. You pretended I didn't exist. I'm just following your lead. The chat falls silent. Individual message requests pop up one by one, each family member trying a different angle, each one discovering that my silence speaks louder than their words. End of conversation. I return to my work and emails. A week passes. Changes ripple through the family like wind through tall grass. Travis posts a job application status. Starting delivery driving next week. Time to stand on my own 2 feet. Mom's carefully worded email arrives. The facility manager and I worked out a payment plan. I should have done this years ago instead of depending on you. Aunt Marla's text comes without pressure or judgment. When you're ready to talk, I'm happy to help the family understand your perspective. No rushing, no pushing. Just offering a bridge if you want one. The demands turn to requests. The accusations fade to apologies. The entitlement cracks like old paint, revealing something new underneath. I watch from my quiet apartment as my family learns to swim without using me as their lifeguard. Oliver curls in my lap, purring against my chest. On my laptop screen, a pending payment reminder for Mom's facility blinks silently. My finger hovers over the Pay Now button. The old impulse to fix everything rises like muscle memory. I close the laptop. Some lessons can only be learned in the deep end. On Wednesday morning, the Starbucks on 16th Street buzzes with its usual morning crowd. Through the window, I watch my family arrive one by one, clustering awkwardly near the entrance. Mom smooths her cardigan. Travis paces. The cousins huddle together, sneaking glances at their phones. Aunt Marla stands apart, her silver hair catching the morning light. My watch shows 9:58 a.m., 2 minutes early. The bell chimes as I push through the door. Conversations halt. Bodies shift. The family parts like water, creating a path to their chosen table. No one quite meets my eyes. Dana. Mom half rises, her hand extended toward mine. I slide into the empty chair beside her, letting her fingers grasp air. Travis clears his throat. Thanks for coming. I nod, setting my purse on the table. The leather makes a soft thud against wood. Around us, other customers type on laptops, chat with friends, live their ordinary lives. My family perches on their chairs like birds ready for flight. I ordered your usual. Mom's voice wavers. Vanilla latte, extra shot. Thank you, but I already had coffee. The words come out gentle, professional, the same tone I use with difficult clients who think they can ignore their payment schedules. Silence stretches, someone's phone buzzes, no one reaches for it. Mom breaks first. We're family. Her fingers twist a paper napkin into rope. Family forgives. I can pay you back. Travis leans forward, elbows on knees. Not all at once, but over time. I've got that new job at. Everyone makes mistakes. Aunt Marla cuts in. Nobody's perfect, Dana. The cousins study their coffee cups. Steam rises in lazy spirals. Outside, a bus rumbles past, its brakes squealing against the morning traffic. I let the silence build. Let them fill it with nervous shifts and half-started sentences. Let them feel the weight of everything unsaid. For years, my voice stays quiet, controlled. I thought family meant sacrificing without recognition. Mom's napkin shreds beneath her fingers. I gave because I loved you. The truth flows now, steady as a heartbeat. Not because I had to. Not because you needed it. Because I wanted to show love the way I knew how. Travis opens his mouth, closes it. But that night at the restaurant, a customer's chair scrapes nearby. When you chose Travis's barbecue over my birthday, that wasn't about money. That wasn't about scheduling conflicts or misunderstandings. The cousins won't look up from their cups. That was a statement, clear as daylight. My presence doesn't matter. My hands rest flat on the table, steady. Only my financial support does. The silence stretches, grows, takes on weight. A tear trails down Mom's cheek. I took you for granted. We all did. Travis's voice cracks. His usual smooth confidence splinters. I've been selfish. God, Dana, I'm so sorry. My former sister-in-law Sarah wipes her eyes. You were the glue, we knew it. We just got comfortable letting you hold everything together. Dana deserves better. Aunt Marla's hand finds my shoulder. From all of us. The morning light streams through the windows, painting shadows across our little gathering. The coffee shop hum continues around us. Espresso machines whirring, customers chatting, life moving forward. I pull a folded paper from my purse, set it on the table. These are my terms for moving forward. They lean in, shoulders tight. No more automatic financial support. My finger taps each point. If you need help, you ask directly. Respectfully, and you acknowledge the help when it comes. Nods around the table. We share holidays, birthday celebrations, family dinners. Not just when it's convenient, not just when Travis decides to fire up his grill. Travis flinches. My birthday matters. The words come out firm. My time matters. My presence matters, not just my wallet. Yes, Mom's voice strengthens. Yes to all of it. And one more thing. I need each pair of eyes. I need you to see me. Not as the responsible one, not as the fixer, not as the bank, just me. Sarah reaches across the table. Her fingers hover near mine. We can do that. We will do that, Aunt Marla corrects. The morning sun warms my back. Outside, the city wakes fully to life. Somewhere in the distance, a siren wails. Inside our coffee shop bubble, my family shifts and settles, adjusting to this new reality. Travis straightens. So what happens now? Now? I gather my purse, stand. Now we see if actions match words. Mom's hand catches my wrist. This time, I let it stay. Will you come to Sunday dinner? Sarah's cooking. I pause. Consider. What time? 6. Sarah smiles, tentative. I'm making that chicken thing you like. I'll bring wine. The words come easily. Not a promise, not an obligation, just a choice. And I get up, leaving them behind. The bell chimes as I push through the door. Behind me, my family's reflection wavers in the glass. They remain seated, watching me go. For once, I walk away knowing they see me. Really see me. The morning air fills my lungs. Fresh, clean, new. Sometimes the hardest boundaries to draw are the ones that should have been there all along. It's been a year since I first realized that, but knowing it and living it have turned out to be two very different things. A year later, a knock at my door breaks the evening quiet. I glance at my phone, 7:04 p.m. No texts, no reminders set, just another Tuesday in April. The knock comes again, softer this time. Oliver, my gray tabby, lifts his head from the windowsill and blinks at me with mild interest. I open the door to find my entire family crowded in the hallway of my apartment building. Mom clutches a small cake box from Giovanni's bakery. Travis holds what looks like handmade cards. Aunt Marla stands slightly behind them, a knowing smile on her face. Happy birthday, Dana, Mom's voice wavers. No one moves to hug me, not yet. They wait, watching my face with careful attention I'd never seen before last year. I step back, holding the door wider. Come in. They file into my living room, the same room where I'd stripped off my wrap dress last year, where I'd turned my phone face down and let silence become my shield. Now they settle onto my couch and armchair, leaving the spot closest to the window, favorite empty for me. Travis sets a chocolate cupcake on my coffee table. A single candle flickers in its center. Made it myself, he says, rubbing the back of his neck. Kelly helped with the frosting, but I did most of it. You baked? The question slips out before I can stop it. YouTube tutorials. He shrugs, but pride edges into his voice. Turns out, following instructions isn't that hard when you actually try. Mom places her cake box next to Travis's cupcake. We know it's not Bella Rosa, she says, but we thought maybe something smaller might mean more. The memory of last year's empty private dining room flashes through my mind. 7 place settings. Nobody came. But the people who didn't show up then sit in my living room now, watching me with eyes that carry the weight of 12 months' worth of learning. Open this one first. Aunt Marla hands me an envelope. Inside, I find a letter in Mom's familiar handwriting. My fingers trace the edges of the paper, remembering last year's birthday card. You always know what matters most. This letter begins differently. I see you now. Travis clears his throat. Got something else for you, too. He pulls out his wallet, removes a folded paper. My last car payment. He smooths it flat on the coffee table. Bought it myself. Used, but it runs. No more lease payments needed. Travis. Not asking for praise, he cuts in. Just wanted you to know. I'm handling my own stuff now. Mom touches my hand. The assisted living facility gave me a part-time job in their office. Just 3 days a week, but it helps with the rent. I should have done it years ago instead of... She stops, swallows. Instead of taking you for granted. A thick photo album appears in my lap. I take it from the shelf in my living room. The cover reads, The Year We Grew Up. Inside, pictures tell the story of 12 months I hadn't witnessed directly. Travis in his delivery uniform. Mom at her desk in the facility's office. My former sister-in-law Sarah's monthly updates about my niece, each one addressed to Aunt Dana with increasing warmth. Thank you for teaching us all dignity, Aunt Marla says quietly. The words hang in the air between us, heavy with truth. I turn another page in the album. A photo of the empty table at Bella Rosa stares back at me. Someone must have taken it that night. Beside it, a more recent picture. All of us at Aunt Marla's dinner table last month, plates of pot roast and green beans scattered between us. Everyone had brought something. Everyone had helped clean up. My fingers brush the edge of the Bella Rosa photo. The ache is still there, but duller now, like a bruise nearly healed. We'd like to take you to dinner, Mom says. If you want, everyone pitched in. We made reservations at that new Italian place on Pearl Street. I study their faces, nervous, hopeful, but not demanding. No one reaches for their phone. No one makes excuses about other plans. They wait for my answer with the patience of people who have learned that time belongs to everyone equally. Yes, I say, I'd like that. We gather our coats. Travis holds the door. Mom links her arm through mine as we walk to the elevator, a gesture that would have felt manipulative a year ago but now carries only warmth. And we went together to celebrate my birthday. At the restaurant, the waiter brings separate checks without being asked. Small thing, but it matters. No one expects me to reach for my wallet first. The conversation flows easily, punctuated by genuine laughter. Stories of Travis's first attempts at baking, Mom's adventures, learning the facility's filing system, my niece's latest soccer game, which I attended last weekend. To Dana, Aunt Marla raises her wine glass. Who showed us that love isn't measured in dollar signs? The toast ripples around the table. In their eyes, I see what I've wanted all along. Recognition not of what I give, but of who I am. A year ago, I sat alone in a private dining room, writing the final check on a life built around others' needs. Tonight, I sit with my family in a crowded restaurant, writing the first chapter of something new, something real. The waiter brings my dessert tiramisu with a single candle. As I lean forward to blow it out, I catch a glimpse of my reflection in the window. The woman looking back at me isn't just the one who writes the checks or fixes the problems. She's simply Dana. And finally, that's enough.